Hello, Mr. Kosa and all of my friends. Welcome to our group presentations. Today we are going to talk about what is listening and how do we learn with it. With me, Jojo, Cindy, Caroline, and Rhea. Happy watching, guys.
Hi, I'm Cindy, and now I will explain to you about what is listening. So, listening is the ability to accurately receive and interpret messages in the communication process. Listening is the key to all effective communication. Without the ability to listen effectively, messages are easily misunderstood. Listening comprehension is divided by Ross and Hamoda as an interactive process in which listeners actively involve in identifying meaning. Some aspects are also included when learners comprehend to a listening passage, such as sound discrimination, content schemata, grammatical and semantic information, intonation, and other linguistic aspects. Listening also mean involving many exposures to many genres of language use. Genre can be various, for example, comedy, crime, economics, education, and many more. And next, I will explain to you about second language listening skills. There are 5 skills here, and the first skill is perception, and perception have 3 examples. There are A. Discriminating between sounds, B. Identifying stress syllable, and C. Identifying changes in intonation. And the next skill is understanding meaning by matching sounds to language items. The example are A. Identifying the context of words, B. Activating grammatical structure, and C. Highlighting keywords which give hints about the topic, and D. Inferring meaning of unknown words. And the next skill is interpreting meaning. A. Using content schemata, and B. Using formal schemata. The next skill is getting information, and the example are A. Getting the gist, B. Understanding the details, and C. Inferring information which is not explicitly mentioned. And the last skill is interacting with other speaker. The example are A. Copying with individual speech patterns such as speed and accent, B. Predicting the possible topic that will be said next, and C. Recognizing turn-taking signals. So that's it for me, and the next topic will be explained by Olin.
Hi, I'm Olin, and now I will explain about listening strategies. L2 learners might find listening practice challenging for some reasons. However, they can cope with the difficulties by applying several strategies. Volker and White in 2013 state that listening strategies refer to efforts to overcome problems in understanding spoken messages, and they include actions such as making inferences, predicting, and asking for clarification. In 1982, Creation stated that those strategies can also be applied when learners are engaged in communication, not only for L2 learning process. Learners can decrease the use of the strategies as they are getting more competent with the second language. Anderson and Lynch in 2009 points out that teachers need to provide learners with sufficient amount of training on using the strategies, since it is considered the most effective way to help them cope with their struggle in comprehending listening materials. Some examples of listening strategies are as follows. The first is inferring. Inferring is guessing the meaning of unfamiliar words from the context. So, inference is the technique of finding answers from clues and from prior knowledge, rather than directly. Learners listen to a discussion between two unidentified speakers and they must infer their relationship from what they hear. And the second is seeking clarification. It means repeating audio file or video to clarify misinformation. And the third is predicting. Predicting is practicing to guess what the speaker is likely to say or topic in order to comprehend better. So it's like when you can often predict the kind of words and style of language the speaker will use. Our knowledge of the world helps us anticipate the kind of information we're likely to hear. Moreover, when we predict the topic of a talk or a conversation, all the related vocabulary stored in our brains is activated to help us better understand what we're listening to. And the last is focusing. Focusing is trying to focus on overall idea rather than word by word meaning. So it means that when your brain's ability to concentrate on one specific task for a continuous amount of time without getting distracted. Okay, that's all from me, and now the next slide will be explained by Rhea.
I'm Maria, and I will explain about kind of listening. The first is listening for pleasure entertainment. In this category, listening is seen as a receptive skill. Learners are required to simply listen to the language for their brain to get used to the sound and meaning in the target language they are learning. We are familiar with jokes, right? Yeah, Juke is the application to listen to music, podcasts, and etc. And next is Spinning Records. Spinning Records is a home for all musics of the world's leading dance record label. And the next is Spotify. Spotify is same with Jukes. And the next is listening for information. Listening to learn or to be instructed in taking new information and facts. This kind of listening provides more information and formal research from the expert. As you know that we can learn a lot from YouTube, such as viewing vlogs, podcasts, mukbang I think we can find out videos from all over the world. We can know Mata Najwa, TED Talk, etc. So it not only improve our listening skill but also critical thinking skills. And this is next, critical or analytical listening. The purpose of listening is to assess or analyze what speaker is saying. Critical listening is a much more active behavior than informational listening and usually involves some sort of problem solving or decision making. And the example is a puzzle application, and will be explained by Jojo. And the next is Audacity is a free and open source digital audio editor and recording application software. Okay, the next will be explained by Jojo.
Hi, I am Jojo and this is Using Technology to Teach Listening, powered by Puzzle. Make your different style of module. To make an interactive listening worksheet or module, you could use Puzzle to make the quiz worksheet. And here is the main page of Puzzle. To see the first main page of Puzzle, you're gonna have to log in using your account to that puzzle. First, put down your email down here and your password and then press login. Here, you could see the first main page of Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle will give you a listening worksheet that provides video to listen and to learn. As you can see, here is a lot of videos and content that you could use to teach your student. You can choose the content that's suitable for your style in teaching in this section. This section will help you in choosing the content or the video for your teaching activities. So for example, you will choose the recommendation content from Edpuzzle itself, the recommendation content from YouTube, the recommendation content from Khan Academy, and many more. You can vary it to make your students not feel so bored when attending your class. You will find your content in this section. Your content will be assigned for students to work with. Click on My Content. Wait for a second, and here you can see your content that you can assign to your student to do. To start making a task or a question in your content, simply click on one of your content. After this page has set up, you can see in this bar there are already questions that arranged or assigned for your student. To edit the question, simply click on this button. You can edit your questions in this section. There are two types of question. First is the multiple choice, and the second is the open-ended question. As you can see, here you could edit your questions, and then you can put where's the question that you want. In this section or in this page, you will face two different questions and one note to give to the student. The first is multiple choice question, and the second is open-ended question. Your questions will be presented like this via the student's worksheet. Great job! Now you have created a different style method in learning listening project.